I spent the first 2 years of my career believing I was in the wrong field. I thought programming was never my thing. I thought agriculture was my real passion, but had no land and no money. Looking back, it was just escapism. Everyone talks about finding your passion like it's the key to everything. But what if you don't have one? What if you never find one? Does that mean you can't succeed? No. And that's what this episode is about. First, the myth about passion. Second, how to find things you are good at. And the third, what if you don't find anything you are good at? Don't have a passion at all. I'm Dinesh Kumar, software engineer, author, and podcaster, exploring psychology, technology, and how we make sense of modern life. This is the DK Talks. Let's debunk the myth about passion. We tend to believe that most successful people are passionate about what they are doing, but that's not true in most cases. Some people develop a habit of approaching things the same way, regardless of the task. It doesn't matter to them whether they like it or not, they stay dedicated to what they do. Two things they follow: hard work and discipline. How do I know this? Let me share my personal experience with you. I'm a software engineer. You have seen this in my intro. But when I started my career, I was a pretty bad engineer. I didn't even know the basics of Java programming language. I was trained and started working. I kept feeling weird and thought programming was never my cup of tea. I thought agriculture was my passion. But you know what? I neither had the land nor the money. Looking back, it was more escapism from reality than genuine calling. But after 2 years in my programming career, one day I was sitting in solitude and had this thought: I have to continue doing this job no matter what. And with that, I have two choices. I can feel bad and keep working. I can feel good, pretend like this is my passion and keep working. I chose the latter. In a few months, things started to change. In 2 years, you won't believe it, I started teaching Java to beginners, even took sessions for my entire team. It's been 14 years since I started my career, and 12 years since that reflection and change of attitude. In the last 12 years, any project I have worked on, I have consistently been among the strongest contributors, whether it was technology, management, or any form of task assigned to me. Not because I was born talented, but because I brought the same approach to everything. And this started to leak into other parts of my life. It all took a simple change of attitude. That's the myth I'm talking about. You can still succeed with just hard work and discipline without having a passion at all. You just need to pretend you love what you do. And eventually, something interesting happens. The pretending starts to feel real. Let's move on to finding the things you are good at. Every human being has an innate talent for something they have never formally learned or been trained in. But to find it, you need to keep trying different things. I have tried a lot of things in my life before finding what I am good at. I tried drawing and I'm actually really good at it. I tried writing. Turns out this is my innate talent. I tried guitar. I was really bad at it, but it's something that can be learned with hard work and discipline. I tried cycling, bike riding, exercising, running marathons, and finally settled with weighted jump rope and weight training because I can do it in a controlled environment at home. I still keep trying different things. It took me 15 years to find my real passion, which is problem solving and storytelling. Everything else I do, exercising, meditating, reading, those mostly exist to help me get better at that core passion. And if something doesn't support it, but I enjoy it and I'm having fun, I still do it. If not, I simply ignore it. Sometimes, if you are lucky, you will find the thing you are good at. in the first few tries. If not, it might take a few years to get there. But it's worth it. Enjoy the process, don't try to force things. If you keep doing this, one day you will have a spark. You will recognize what you are good at and you can build on top of it. What if you don't find the thing you are good at? What if you don't have a passion at all? That's where the earlier discussion comes into the picture. You need to cultivate the habit of hard work and being disciplined at what you do. You must develop grit rather than relying on whatever natural skills you think you have. Because this approach will eventually help you get better at whatever you choose, regardless of whether you love it or not. Hard work and discipline always beats talent. And on top of that, when you have not found your passion yet, follow the money, not in a greedy way, not in a way that ignores everything else, but practically. With the habits you have cultivated, choose skills that have demand in the market, learn them, get good at them, make money from them. Use that money to build financial stability and buy yourself time. Don't spend more time than required on the work, but use the money and the free time to develop a hobby. Explore things on the side, and who knows, one of those hobbies might one day become your passion. In exceptional cases, even the skills you learned purely to make money can turn into something you are genuinely passionate about. That's what happened to me with software engineering. I started it for survival. It became one of my strongest skills. The point is, don't sit around waiting for passion to appear before you start building your life. Start building. Passion often shows up after the work, not before it. Passion is something widely misunderstood. People treat it like a starting point, like you need to find it first before you can do anything meaningful. But that's not how it works for most people. Passion is more of a byproduct. It comes from hard work and discipline. It comes from showing up consistently, even when you don't feel like it. It comes from doing something long enough that competence turns into enjoyment. You don't need passion to succeed in your life. What you need is the habit of working on things the same way, whether you love it or not. That habit will carry you further than any burst of passion ever could. Mastery is not a realm of passion, it's a realm of hard work and discipline. Take care. I will see you in the next one.